All right, so today what we're going to do is we're going to look at some time series examples. And I'm going to look at the book because these can get pretty big and pretty complicated. And so this is one of those points where we're going to take advantage of the pictures that we have. I'll rarely do that with notes, but a lot of the times we'll do it when we're dealing with examples. Again, simply because they can draw prettier pictures than I can, etc. So let's just go to the book, and you're going to see that with the time series, they're going to give you a set of dates or months or days or hours, and then they're going to give you information about what happened during that time. So in this case, they're measuring these things by years. You see there's several columns for years, and what they're measuring is fatalities, and it's considered fatalities on road fatalities for Australia. You're also going to see that the book really likes to make sure that the things that they are working with are somewhat relevant to your everyday life. You can also see there's a lot of data here. So this graph is going to be quite large when you complete it. But all you have are two numeric values. Okay, hold on just one moment. So after you picked your year and your appropriate value and plotted each of your points and connect them with the line, then you can start to see a trend here. What do you notice about this line? Anyone? Does it have a direction of travel? It's going what?
Going down.
Going down, exactly.
It's decreasing.
It's decreasing, exactly. So that's telling us that since 1970, traffic fatalities in Australia have been on the decline, or have been declining as a general rule. Now, not every one of these is declining. Here we see that this went up a little bit here and up a little bit there, but overall the trend is that it's declining. So let's just look at an example of constructing one of these. Now this one has a lot of data. We're going to look at the homework ones and choose a few. We're not going to do all of the examples here, and I don't want you to include them all. So here we go. Much friendlier. We have days of the week, and we have the maximum temperature recorded on that day. So we're going to plot our time series. Again, first we want to create our x-axis, the horizontal axis. That means that, and that's always the time. So we're just going to put Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, etc. No reason to abbreviate any of those. You only have 7 values. Now you could do M, T, W, right? Be careful with Thursday. But put those on there. You don't have to write out the entire word. So just label that axis here you see with the days. You do, even though everyone is going to recognize those as days, label that axis. So make sure that you put that it's day. Okay. Up on the side, we're going to have the temperature, and notice that they've given you the temperature in degrees Celsius. All right. It's really important that you. As a matter of fact, I want to make sure to point that out. So in degrees Celsius, so make sure that you put not only the temperature, but what kind of units, if it has units. Okay. All right. And if you look at the scale here, these all vary, but the smallest number is a 20 and the largest number is a 36. So between 20 and 36, it makes sense to count perhaps in 5s, right? And you always need to go down a little bit below the lowest number. You don't want your lowest number to be on the bottom of the chart. So they started 15, 20, 25, etc. Again, most of the values are not going to land right on a line. But for Monday, it was exactly 20 degrees. So there's that one. For Tuesday, it's been around 21 or so, right? Wednesday was 25. So you're just going to go through and plot your points. If you need a video explaining how to plot those points and make sure that you're getting those dots in the right spot, just let me know by email. I'll be happy to make one, and then I'll post it for everybody, but you can use it. I'm happy to do any background information that you might need. You have to remember I'm new. I haven't met you, so I don't know how much exactly you know, right? And I don't want to just assume things, and it's difficult for me to see the lost look on your faces when we're online. In class, I can do a little better job at that. Okay. And then finally, we're just going to complete the graph by drawing a straight line between each value. Okay? So that's what you're going to do. Now, there's also an example that uses Excel to construct a time series plot. If you want to go and look at how to use Excel, that's perfectly acceptable. I want you to be able to do it by hand with these smaller ones. But if you have larger time series plots, you would want to be able to use Excel to plot those. So you could take a look at how to do that and do those. But I'm just going to give you a couple that you could do by hand in the homework. Okay? All right. So hopefully that looks pretty straightforward to you. I think that probably the most difficult part is simply determining what your scale should be, because you don't want to get it too detailed, but you don't want to get it too stretched out that you lose all the detail as well. You want to be able to see that the line is rising and falling, right? And if you make them too small, it might look like you've just got a flat line, okay? And if it's too big, of course, you won't be able to draw it. So, in the exercises, they give you quite a lot of exercises. Hold on a moment. I want you to make sure you're checking your answers. So just do, in exercise 3A, I want you to do number 1 and number 3. Now, we don't have class again until Thursday, I'm assuming. So these will be due when we meet. Now, if you get stuck again, just stop until you've had a chance to ask me questions. But feel free to send me an email or contact me through Teams, whatever you'd like to do to be able to, however you'd like to communicate to be able to ask me any questions. I might not answer immediately, but I will answer, and I'm happy to help even tomorrow. I don't have any huge plans for the holiday. I know you don't want to do math, but so just do numbers 1 and 3, and that'll get us going.